people continue to struggle with the popularity of President Donald John Trump. They continue to struggle with why he can be and maintain this popularity. And when I say people, obviously there's folks who are traumatized by Trump. I do believe, and I don't mean this, I honestly do not mean this as a put down, because what the Mockingbird media has done has been so unrelenting and so cynical and so dishonest that I think that Trump Derangement Syndrome has become a true and real thing. So people with Trump Derangement Syndrome, of course, they're going to wonder, how can anyone even like this guy or anything he does? Because if you've gotten the mental syndrome where you were completely unbothered, say, by deportations under figurehead Biden or under Obama or William Jefferson Blythe Clinton III, but now it's the most terrifying thing you've ever seen on earth because it's utter fascism, well, then you're kind of mentally captured. But the people who aren't fully mentally captured, they're just in the business. They struggle with why President Trump seems so popular, and what if it has to do with the fact that they seem so repugnant? This is MSNBC's Eugene Daniels on 24 elections.
Josh, one of the things that I took from the book, like kind of zooming out, is that maybe this was always how it was going to end with Donald Trump back in the White House, right? Because I think, we think about 2020 as like, ooh, people really loved Biden and didn't like Trump. Trump still almost won. Yet all these things that were happening that with other candidates maybe would have been a problem. Have we just underestimated Donald Trump's popularity with the American people?
I believe you have underestimated your repugnance. And I don't know you. I've never met you. I probably never will meet you. I have met Johnny Capehart. Name dropper me, right? You are speaking on a fancy set for a whole bunch of money per year to say things like that. And you just said millions of people died from what? People have caught on to this. And there's a lot of people who look at the continuing lies on that topic and say, this is repugnant. And you're in this business of doing this, but there's a whole series of reasons for President Trump's popularity if you want to just do a comparison. There's reasons why people can find his personality difficult or even hard to be around or even dislikable, but still like the policies. And there are comparisons. And I think Americans, even some liberal Americans, have made these comparisons. These people in the Mockingbird media can't afford to get it. Because if they got it and explained it, you know what happens? If you get something like this and you explain it and you begin to voice it, you know what happens to you? You'll start to be more open to the idea that President Trump isn't Orange Hitler. He is a flawed human being. We're all flawed human beings. But they're in the business of this, and business is very, very powerful as a motivator. Your bank is in business, and they're in the business, sure, of wanting to have you put your bank account there for your business or your small business. And yeah, they might loan you some money for your business or small business, but not based upon your business. They're going to do it based upon your personal credit. I almost guarantee you that that credit card you have with your company name on it or that debit card, I almost guarantee you that is not corporate credit. And if, God forbid, there's a problem and you end up getting sued, and that happens a lot more often than we'd like to think, those people can go after your house and take it from you. They can take your kid's college fund. Get help. It's GoBizable, GoBizable. They will get you on the path to true corporate credit, which grows more quickly, makes your business actually fundable, and gives you the best protection against lawsuits affecting your personal savings that you can imagine. They'll do most of this for you. 7 easy steps. It's GoBizable.com. They'll give you a free, no obligation consultation. GoBizable.com. So the FBI, let's go by point of comparison. The FBI has opened a grand conspiracy probe on the weaponization of government. And what this means is that we could see a special prosecutor come in to look at all the documents related to the DOJ and the FBI's targeting of President Trump, all the Clinton, Obama era antics, all of that. So if President Trump is so popular, could it be because you seem so repugnant? Because you told people time and again, he's a Russian agent. You told people they've got credible proof. You put people on your air who said they had seen the documentation. You continue to pretend that was the case. You have never apologized. What percentage of your viewers who turned out to vote for President Trump did this because they realized you lied to them viciously for a whole number of years? That seems really repugnant because you're still doing it. So the Mockingbird media, maybe President Trump is so popular because you're so repugnant. To the DOJ, to the FBI, to the Department of Education, maybe you've become repugnant. Maybe you should think about that. And maybe even pray about it. That is, if you don't find God repugnant.